back, and this is my presentation for my Flatiron Capstone project. I called it SubSonic, the voice behind the sound. It's a forum site for bass players of any genre. So let's get started. I'm going to begin by making an account for myself, Adam. I'm in Maplewood, New Jersey. Actually, for the sake of argument, I'm going to say that I am from Los Angeles, California. Let's say 123 123. It's my classic go-to. I'm gonna create a new profile. You see that I'm grabbing location data from the browser. So for now, I'm going to allow this, which is actually I'm actually based in New York. So it's actually going to give me some data over on this side that we're going to get to in just a second, but that's using the location data. So first I'm going to put a photo to the name so we have something to look at here. Let's see here, profile pictures. Let's make it this one. Here it is. So there's me. You see I can update name and password here as well. Maybe we'll do that now. Let's say Adam K, and password I'll say 1234. 1234. There we go. Change name and password. See that updates here, and it also updates here. And if we logged out again, log back in, you'd see that the password updates as well. So back to this side. So this on this side is actually coming in from Ticketmaster API. It gets concerts that are happening with tickets on sale from between present time, based on the date time from the client, present time, and 4 months from the present time, within a certain radius from your location. So it takes the browser data, which grabs the latitude and longitude of the client, and it creates a dynamic query based on the date time and the browser location data. If the user denies access to the browser's location data, which I'll simulate now, we'll see what happens. Site settings, location, allowed to see your location, bloop, no. So, in fact, we'll go back to this now. Boop. Okay. So we'll log out and log back in. Adam K this time, 1234. 4. Okay, we're gonna block it this time. And see how this changes? So actually, this is taking now from my user location for my profile that I made, which I said I was from LA. And truthfully, I was located in LA, and now it gives me a certain radius around the LA area. And if I click on any of these, it'll give me some information about the concert. It'll link me to the site page, which I won't well, we can simulate now. Why not? My computer's acting very slow. Everything else is with React Router, so I'm actually going to move on. But those links do work, I promise. There they go. Okay. So, I'm going to go back now. Okay. Back to this page. I'll guess we'll show you some other things. Classifieds. So this is the classified section. Has 4 categories. We can just kind of take a peek at how these look. So we have each item they have the seller on this side and the item on this side. Information, including messages. So every time there's a message, it will give you who wrote the last message and what time they wrote it at and how many messages. So let's click into this one and see what he says. So these messages, you see you have the information from the person who wrote it, and I can actually, as Adam K, I can write my own, as any forum site should allow you to do. Nice base. All right, so that is there, and then we can go back and check and see that now last message was by me, and there's 2 messages there. And same here. This rich text is really cool. You can see that it takes all sorts of different formats, including images. So I'll spare you the rest. We'll go to forums now, and I'll show you something funny on the forums here. So these sub-forums. So we have general forums, and the classifieds link to the classifieds categories we just saw. General forums, we have different categories that are seated in. We'll go to base humor. Just where is it here? So let's put some memes in. That's my testing. All right, so go to Capstone assets. We'll go to memes, and let's put some memes in. All right. Now you see that there's 2 messages here, and let's put one in here. All right, so that's fun. So rich text field supports all sorts of different things. So you see we have all sorts of users. We can also put something else up for sale here, create an item. So I'm gonna create a base because I can't remember what assets I have here. So we'll just create a base, and I'll base it on what pictures I have available. Capstone assets, bass guitars for sale. Yeah, it's a nice one. Let's do that. Crazy bass. And year, I don't know, 1990. Price, 10K. Number of strings 4, I think it said. So I'll say I can put anything in here. I'll say actually my hometown. Let's say Missouri, Kansas City, and let's make it for trade. I'll post it, and it'll take me to the composition, the message page. Buy it now, and let's make that big. Boom, there we are. So if we go back to the bass guitar page, we can see our new listing at the bottom here with all the information that I put in, the location and everything. And you see these for sale and for trade have specific styling with text shadows that are different and everything else. So background color, obviously, but also text shadows. I did that with an array that took in the category that's passed down, or the form data that's passed down for sale or for trade, and a function returns the index number of the array that relates to the style component that styles this for sale or for trade based on what you pick. So that was pretty cool. It was pretty fun. I did a lot of those arrays for conditional rendering based on props that were passed in, or form data, some sort of state value, anything like that. I did that across the board a lot of times. So that was pretty fun. One more thing that I'll show you is that my listing here and my profile picture here, I'm going to change that, and I'll show you that it updates across all the areas. Here, profile pictures. I'll change it to my LinkedIn picture here. There we go. And just to show you how that looks, down here, you see now that my picture is updated here and my picture is updated here. So it does that everywhere. The last thing I'll show you is that this is all responsive design. So it looks great on cell phones. And I have, depending on the screen size, you see that the design does break, but it also adapts really well. I have these linked to some classified links only when it's a certain screen width, and then at a different screen width, these Ticketmaster sales start wrapping down. And these genres are not hard coded in. These genres dynamically appear and populate. The actual categories dynamically populate based on the data available. So if there's no rock shows, this rock heading right here will not exist. So you'll see rock is a big genre here, I guess, in LA. But there's also pop and various world hip hop, alternative metal, and again, each of those will take you to a certain thing. And I have these pop out menus here to link if you're on a cell phone, and those work. Classified section, the photos have changed based on the cell phone screen width. So the actual photos themselves, you'll see the seller is not visible on this side of the screen anymore, but if you expand it, there it goes. So that's that. This was basically meant to show that this could happen. It didn't really have sufficient time to make a full-fledged side menu, but this would be ideally a user side menu for the users, everything the user needs, you know. Oh, one last thing, pinned items. So all these subforums, oh, there we go, okay. Subforums, go back to humor. Say I like these and I want to pin them to my profile. So that would be here. So you see it has the subforum and the topic listed. And it will take you right into the message itself. So that's pretty cool too. And I can pin as many as I want there. All right, thank you so much for viewing my app.